I am kind of cleaning a Mosin nagant for a guy at church, so I've got the bolt completely disassembled, got it stripped down, and I'm gonna kind of clean all the cosmoline off of it and show you kind of the process of that. Real quick though, anyone who doesn't have an older military rifle may not know what cosmoline is. It's really just a protective agent that kind of safeguards the rifle against rust. In this case, it's kind of like a mix between petroleum jelly and oil. And I've got Cheddar here who really wants to help. Kind of annoying me. So anyhow, I'm gonna just kind of take my Hoppies number 9, and that'll work as a really good agent to clean off the cosmoline. So I'm gonna start doing that, kind of set up the camera to show you that while I do it, and then get this bolt back together so you'll be able to see the reassembly of the bolt from completion, from complete disassembly to complete assembly. Okay, so this really isn't the best angle to view it from, but my camera stand doesn't really want to cooperate. So, just got a paper towel with some of the solvent, and I'll show you. Just kind of rub it down. I will end up polishing this bolt, make the action nice and smooth. I want to do right by them. I'm not charging them for any of this, but I like to do a good job on these because I really do enjoy working on Mosins. They're extremely well built rifles. This is actually a finished Mosin. See if I can get it to stand here. Alright, so I've got this kind of getting all the cosmoline. I've got, the bolt head with the extractor kind of cleaned off a little bit from the cosmoline. Just kind of rub down the spring here real quick. The spring doesn't really need a whole lot of a rub down. It doesn't get soaked in cosmoline like a lot of the pieces do because it's pretty well contained. Comes clean pretty quick. Alright, so working on this here.
It got cold outside. It's flurrying today, did you see it?
Yeah, it was, so I've got the, kind of the bolt cocker cleaned off a little bit. Move on to the bolt body. You just want to get that cosmoline off, all of it. Just kind of brown and nasty. And even more of it will come off when you polish up the bolt. Q-tips also make excellent tools while you're doing this. They'll help out quite a bit, but you can see this is nice and cleaned off now. See how brown that is right now. That's going to become a nice steel color once I'm finished with it. part isn't too exciting, but it's all part of getting it cleaned up. And polishing this part here, the guide, really is a big part of getting the action smoothed up. That will help get it nice and crisp really quickly. Because the smoother it can go into its guided areas, the better the entire action will work. Get a new cloth. Let's see. Keep cleaning that cosmoline off. You can already see it's a lot better. A lot less brown. Heat also helps to get the cosmoline off. So that really helps get it off. And then finally we've got the firing pin. Get that cleaned off. Clean out the threads on that. Just really want to get the cosmoline out of all of this. You see all that? It's pretty nasty stuff. So then after I do that, I like to reassemble this. I won't show you the full polish on it because that's probably not what most people are interested in. I do like to put a little bit of gun oil on all the parts, kind of protect it from rust. You know, these rifles are from the 40s, so you want to keep them in as good a shape as possible. Give it just a nice little coating of oil. Again, I'm using Hoppy's gun oil. Kind of clean off that bolt face right there. Get that bolt knob oiled up nicely. And the spring. You definitely don't want the spring rusting. That can cause all sorts of misfires and things of that nature. And then finally the bolt body, you want to get that nice and oiled up. Now for the reassembly of this, first thing you want to do is slide that spring back onto the firing pin. You want to take and face that upwards, and you want to slide this onto there, the bolt body. I like to push it against a hard object, and then take this, the bolt knob at the end, and slide that on. You want to push down on that bolt handle. Use that to turn that and get that threaded back on. And you want the bolt to be nice and flush against it. It'll usually be a groove. Now that that's back on, slide this right here. And wait a minute, no, you slide the guide on first. And this here. There we go. Slide that like that. So you want it to lock into there, be in that position. And then this here, slide right there. And then you want to pull back on this. And that, if done correctly, will lock it back in place. In this case, it didn't. But there we go.
Pretty good.
So now I've got it all locked together, and that bolts back together completely and nice and oiled up. So that's pretty much done until I polish it up, but it's completely cleaned, and now I will move on to the rifle and show you guys that.